Now, shrugging off the pressure from the Mufti government, Centre has decided to not go soft on pro-Pak agents and their sympathizers in the state. Nikunj is joining us with more details on what really happened at a high-level meeting that was held between the MOD and the MHA officials. Nikunj.
Well, yes, there is a series of meetings that has been happening between the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Defence, and this regarding the mandate of the top of the counter-insurgency grid force, which is the Rashtriya Rifles. Army has a specially chalked out force component which is called the Rashtriya Rifles. It has nearly 48 battalions of the armed forces, Indian armed forces, dedicated to the CI grid, the counter-insurgency grid. And this counter-insurgency grid of the Rashtriya Rifles runs with the specific and special mandate of the Government of India, which is given by the Cabinet Committee on Security, which is the apex of the security security apparatus of this country. And that mandate of Rashtriya Rifles was about to lapse, and there was a lot of commotion regarding the demands also emanating from the J&K Chief Minister about removal of AFSPA, and consequently, if the AFSPA is removed, the army has made its stand absolutely clear that they would not be operating in those areas. But that would have meant army's removal also from those areas. So in a series of deliberations, government has decided that they are not going to buckle in under the pressure being piled on by the elected Chief Minister, also other than, of course, illegitimately acting Pak proxies and the Pak back agents. So the government says that the lead of the counter-insurgency operations will still remain despite the lapse of that mandate, and that mandate will be renewed by the Cabinet Committee on Security by the Rashtriya Rifles, and which is the Indian Army for the CI grid. And the move to replace them with the paramilitary forces like the Border Security Force or the Central Reserve Police Force has been nixed by the Government of India at the very apex. Between the Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Defence, it has been decided that Indian Army in the name of Rashtriya Rifles would continue to lead the counter-insurgency grid in the state of Jammu and Kashmir.